India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is meeting state leaders to discuss how to revive the economy. The talks come as the country enters its final week in lockdown. Train networks across the country will gradually restart from tomorrow, despite India logging its largest daily jump in new infections. More than 4,000 new infections have been reported, taking India's total to more than 67,000. And Neha Punya joins us now from New Delhi with the latest. Neha, what's Mr. Modi's intention in speaking with all of his chief ministers?
Glenda, we're exactly 1 week away from the end of this lockdown, and as the Prime Minister has done 4 times previously, as the end of a lockdown period comes to a close, he's holding meetings with state leaders to decide collectively what needs to be done for the next leg of this outbreak. Today as well, we're seeing a longer deliberation between the Prime Minister and these heads of regional governments, and they're all talking about what each state feels is the need of the hour. One of the bigger request that has come through from these state leaders has been that the lockdown should not be extended beyond the 17th of May. They're pushing for these measures to remain in place only in containment zones. These are actually areas within red zones where there are active COVID-19 cases. Many are also urging the government to not allow train services to resume, as they will starting Tuesday. And they're saying that if train travel is allowed to start once again, it will be very difficult to contain the spread of COVID-19 when the movement of people across state borders will become far easier in the days ahead.
Yeah, with that in mind, Neha, India continues to report a surge in cases. Our authorities must be expecting things to get even worse, aren't they?
That's right, Steve. Last week, when these relaxations that are currently in place were announced, you had many experts warning the government, saying that you've allowed a lot of the lockdown restrictions to be done away with, but this means you've got to prepare yourself for a steep hike in cases. And we've seen that over the last 1 week, with every single day seeing more than 2,000 cases, with yesterday seeing more than 4,000 cases, the biggest single day jump so far. Now, many experts are saying that with the movement of people being allowed as well, these numbers will rise. The Indian government is bringing back thousands of people stranded abroad. Migrant workers are being allowed to go back to their home towns as well. And every time someone reaches their destination, they're being screened and tested, which means that more cases are now coming to light, including those who might have been asymptomatic in the beginning. In many other parts of India as well, particularly in Tamil Nadu, down south, and also in the western state of Gujarat, that have seen a sudden spike in the last 24 hours. Many super spreaders are also being traced. These are people who had no symptoms or no apparent symptoms, and they went to public spaces and might have inadvertently passed on the infection to others. So this is something that the government is preparing for as it goes ahead.
Thanks for that update, Neha Punya, speaking to us live from New Delhi.